Okay, so I'm getting ready to shoot the sample video so you can see how the process goes. I only need 3 pieces of equipment. One is the phone that I'm holding. The other is, you don't have to have the same one, but this is just a little stand I use to hold my phone so that I set it in front of me and then I don't have to hold it with my hands. And then the other thing I have is a little note card. It's a little cheat sheet basically, it just has my 6 points. I don't write a script, I just use this as a reference. I keep this right off camera. And then what I can do is I can just glance down once I finish the section to see what the next section is. And then I can just cut out the moment in between when I'm looking down at the card. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this camera up and then I'm gonna record and then you'll be able to watch me do all 6 of the beats and then you'll be able to sort of utilize that same process for making your video. Okay, so now I'm recording. It's on the stand. It's about an arm's length away from me. You can see I can almost touch the camera. That's about a good distance so you get good audio. And then just always make sure you test to make sure you're looking at the camera by pointing right at where the lens is so you can see where your eyes are supposed to go because you want to be looking right at the lens, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do each of the 6 sections and then you'll be able to see as they pop up on screen which of the sections they are, okay? So, 1. Your life insurance company wants you to not pay your payments so that they can keep all of your money. That's true, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. My name is Chris Vanderkay, and I am a licensed and bonded insurance broker. And so I've done a lot of these processes before, and there's something very serious that you should know about if you have life insurance, right? The thing I want you to understand is that insurance companies are businesses. They want to make money, and you've been paying them for your life insurance. Now, one of the things you probably know but you haven't thought about is that if you miss a payment, that means that your life insurance is canceled. What it also means is that every single payment that you've made in for that life insurance, your insurance company now gets to keep. It means they have to pay you nothing and they get to keep all the money that you've been paying for years and years and years. And this is really unfortunate because I've seen this situation happen to so many people and it's really frustrating. So I want to tell you a little bit about a woman named Faye that I met, okay? Well, her name's not really Faye, but I'm using that so that I don't tell you who she actually is. But so her name is Faye. I met her we were both standing in line waiting for a table at a restaurant. We got to talking and she found out what I did for a living. And so she started talking to me about her situation. Her husband and her, they've been retired for a few years. They both have life insurance policies, but in the recent years, since they hadn't been working, things had been getting a little more expensive, you know? They'd been paying in every month, but expenses were growing, the economy was not as great as it used to be, and so stuff was costing more, and they were starting to feel the pinch month by month. Well, 2 months earlier, 2 months before I spoke to her, she told me that they'd gotten to a point where they had some more expenses during a month that they didn't expect, and they just didn't have the money to be able to pay for both of those life insurance policies. So they ended up having to pick. They had to choose one or the other for that month, and so they chose her husband's. Just in case he passed away first, there would be some money left to give to her. Well, so what happened? They didn't end up paying her life insurance payment, and now all of that money she'd been paying in, I think it was 47 years worth of life insurance payment. She's been paying in for year after year after year. All of that's gone now. So she doesn't have access to any of that. She just gave it all to that company and now that company just gets to keep it. And that's incredibly unfair. And then thankfully I was there and we somehow had this conversation. Thankfully we did because she told me they were even worried about being able to continue paying for his. And I said, wait, hold on, stop. Before you lapse on that, we need to talk. Because she didn't actually even know that you could sell your life insurance policy. And then you could make a good bit of the money back, and then you don't have to keep paying it anymore. And instead of it going lapsing and just disappearing forever and them keeping all of that money, which that's what they want you to do, I said, Faye, listen, let me talk to you and your husband. We'll get this worked out. And you know what? I was able to do that for them. I was able to get them the money out of his life insurance policy before they were going to have to let it lapse, because that was going to happen. It was a very real situation that happens to hundreds, if not thousands of people every month. People run into this problem. They don't know what they're going to do, and so they think the solution is they just have to shrug and they just have to give it up after all the work that they've done and all the money that they've spent. Well, I don't want that to happen to you. So that's why I'm making this video to share with you. 1, do not miss a payment if you're paying for life insurance. If there's anything you can absolutely do to make sure you get that payment done, do it, because there's that huge lump sum of money that is building up that you're going to lose if you don't pay for it. And then the other thing is, if you can't keep paying for it, don't just give up. I know it's frustrating and you don't know what to do, but don't give up. You can reach out to someone like me, someone who knows how to do these processes, and they can help you sell that to the highest bidder, basically, to places that will purchase that life insurance, and you can get your money back. You can get money out of it, then you don't have to keep paying every month, and then you'll have that money to spend now. So do me a favor, if this is a situation that you're in or you know someone who's in this situation, don't let what happened to Faye happen to them or happen to you. Do me a favor, click the link to send me your information or give me a call because I want to help you get through this situation. Thank you so much for your time. And there you go. That's everything that you have to put into a video. You'll have noticed all the things that popped up on the video that tell you what each piece is that you want to make sure to include. So just go ahead and watch back over this, get a sense of what those 6 pieces are, what your individual 6 pieces will be, and then you make a video using that same process.